Hello, future engineers, subscribers, and viewers and students. Here is the solution to quiz 1 for quiz 1 in the 7:40 to 9:10 a.m. MW class in statics. This is the first, not necessarily the first section, but that's the first section where I gave this first quiz. Where is the solution? Problem 1. The resultant force of the four forces shown is directed up and to the left with a magnitude of 380 newtons and slope of 4 vertical to 3 horizontal. Find P and Q and the components of the resultant force with respect to the U and the V axis. So for the solution, let's draw this is the given figure and the resultant is shown here. So slope is, it is directed up to the left and with slope of 3 horizontal, 4 vertical, so the hypotenuse should be 5. And this resultant is equivalent to the sum of the forces of these 4 forces given. Then after that, the second part is to resolve this 380 Newton force along U and V axis. So it's obvious that the components of this resultant along U and V axis would be negative. So the principle is the x component of the resultant should be the sum of the x components of these 4 forces and with these unknown forces P and Q. So beginning with 540, the x component of 540 degrees is positive. It is 540 cosine of 35, which is this. Then the x component of 720 is this component going to the left. It's negative, so it is minus 720 opposite to 20, so sine of 20 degrees. So minus 720 sine of 20 degrees. Then the component of P, it is directed down to the left, so it is negative minus P cosine of 50 degrees. Then the x component of Q is positive, it is directed down to the right, and this rightward component is this one, adjacent to 60, so it is positive Q cosine of 60 degrees, and we equate it to the x component of the resultant, which is negative 300 because it is directed up to the left. So it is negative 380 times 3 over 5. Simplifying this equation, so we have negative P cosine 50 degrees plus Q cosine of 60 degrees. Then simplifying, we have negative 424.09. Call that equation 1. Likewise, Ry is summation forces y. So again, beginning with 540, this is the y component of 540 Newton force. It is positive 540 sine of 35 degrees. Then the y component of 720 is also positive. It is directed upward. And this is that component, 720 cosine of 20 degrees. Then the y component of 50 going down and q going down would be negative. So the negative y component of b, the y component of b rather is negative 50 sine of, which is this, sine of 50 degrees. So negative b sine 50 degrees. Then the y component of q is also negative, which is this component here. It is q, negative q sine of 60 degrees. Then equate to the y component of the resultant, which is positive 380 times 4 over 5. So we have equals 380 times 4 over 5. Simplifying this equation, we have negative p sine 50 degrees minus q sine of 60 degrees equals negative 682.31. Solving equations 1 and 2 simultaneously, we get P 753.9 newtons and Q 121 newtons. So these are the answers for P and Q. Now for the second part, resolving this resultant into the U and V components. So since it is away, this is the u-axis, which makes 22 degrees with this horizontal, v-axis 15 degrees with that horizontal. So I'll use the negative of the resultant, which is negative 380 newtons. Now, take note that this total angle is equal to 60 degrees, and the angle that the resultant makes with the horizontal, this x-axis here, is inverse tangent of 4/3. So that's why you have there 53.13 degrees, which is also this total angle here. Since there is already 15 degrees, 53.13 degrees minus 15 degrees is 38.13 degrees. So the angle that the resultant, negative 380, makes with the u-axis is 38.13 degrees, which is the same as this 38.13 degrees. Now, this angle, remember, is 20 degrees. This is 20 degrees, and if that is 20 degrees, then this angle is 90 degrees minus 38.13 degrees minus 15 degrees, and that would be 36.87 degrees. Then add it to this angle. So the measure of this angle is 90 degrees minus 22, and that is 68 degrees. 68 degrees plus 36.87 degrees, that would be 164.87 degrees. So again, the measure of this angle is equal to 68 degrees. This is 68 degrees. The v-axis makes 68 degrees with the vertical axis because it is 90 minus 22. Then add it to 36.87. This angle here, 36.87 is equal to 36.87 degrees is equal to 90 degrees minus 15 degrees minus 38.30 degrees, or simply 90 degrees minus 53.13 degrees. So 36.87 plus 68 is equal to 104.87 degrees. Then finally, this angle, remaining angle here, is 180 degrees minus 104.87 degrees minus 38.13 degrees, and you get 37 degrees. Another way of getting this angle, it is 22 degrees, which is that 22 degrees plus 15 degrees, so 37 degrees. Considering this triangle, then we have FV, we have FU, this one, FU, and this is negative 380, and the angles included. So by sine law, FU has to sine 104.87 degrees equals FV as to sine opposite 38.13 degrees equals negative 380 as to sine of 37 degrees. So from here, we can solve FU, negative 380 sine 104.87 divided by sine 37. So negative 610.3 newtons to 4 significant figures. Likewise, FV is equal to negative 380 sine 38.13 degrees over sine 37 degrees. So you'll get negative 389.9 newtons. Another way of solving these components is take note that this is the resultant and we have imagined this is FU and this is FV, FU and FV. So this is the technique I mentioned, which I told you to discover this one. Just consider these three forces, FU, FV, and this is the resultant. So therefore, summation forces X equals Rx. The X component of FU is FU cosine 15 degrees, positive, rightward. The X component of FV is negative, FV cosine 22. So we have minus FV cosine 22 degrees. And we equate that to the X component of the resultant, which is negative because it is leftward, 380, negative 380 times 3 over 5. Call that equation 3. Then summation forces Y equals Ry. The Y component of FU is negative. It is negative FU sine 15, which is this. The Y component of FV is also negative. Negative FV going down. So negative FV sine 22. And we equate that to the Y component of the resultant, which is upward. So it's positive 380 times 4 over 5. Call that equation 4. Solving equations 3 and 4 using your high-tech calculator, you'll get the same answers of negative 610.3 newtons and FV negative 389.9 newtons. So do not always expect that I will upload the solution to your quizzes, all your quizzes, just for this, because this is the first quiz and maybe some of you are were not able to perform well because of your lack of preparations, or maybe you are really not good in the analysis, although this is simple one supposedly. For problem 2, the base of the pyramid is the triangle ABC. So this is the original pyramid ABC. This is also given. And the pyramid would be the one that is having a base which is a triangle ABC, and from A, B, and C joined to the fourth vertex, which is D or E or F. Just imagine, but I'll just draw the rhomboid because this is the guide, and remember that the volume of the pyramid, I already derived that as 1/6 of the volume of the rhomboid. So the one with the lowest volume would be the one with the lowest height, or that is, this point is closest to the plane of the triangle ABC. So remember that if we cross this side AB here by right thumb rule, and this side here AC in vector form, this is the ruling, so your right thumb will point in that direction. So it should be RAB cross RAC, so that this will be the defined vector, which is close to D or E or F, because the coordinates of D, E, and F are all positive. So it should be closer to that. And this perpendicular distance, or the height of the rhomboid, is the distance D, and it should be the lowest or nearest, the point with the lowest volume of pyramid is one that is closest to the plane of ABC. So remember that these are the given points. Fourth vertex, D, 678, E, 768, and F, 786. I just rumble the values so that maybe some of you will conclude right away that all of these points are at the same distance from the plane of the triangle ABC. So it's not. So volume of pyramid, remember, is 1/6 absolute value of A cross B times C cosine of beta, where C is this vector here from A to that D, or A to E, or A to F, and we dot with this RAB cross RAC. which we define our AB as vector A. You may define it by another vector, so I'll just call it vector A as our guide and vector B as our AC, which is that. And remember that this absolute value of A cross B, I already presented similar problems to this, is interpreted as the area of the parallelogram, which is the area of this base here. Can you see that base? That one. Then C cosine beta is actually, if this is C, then this is beta, then C cosine beta is this distance D here, or the height of the rhomboid. So therefore, this is 1/6 and absolute value of A cross B, then times magnitude of C cosine beta. So this is supposedly C cosine beta, or absolute value of C, then cosine beta is 1/6 volume of rhomboid. So you just remove that arrowhead there. That should be a scalar, not a vector. So we defined vector A, RAB. So it is terminal 0, minus 3, so negative 3i. Then 4 minus 0 is 4j. Then 0 minus 0, 0. So it's just negative 3i plus 4j. Then vector B, which is this vector here, AC. It is C minus A, so 0 minus 3, negative 3i. 0 minus 0 is 0, then 5 minus 0 is positive 5k. So this is RAC. Then we defined vector C. We have three vectors for C because there are 3 points D, E, and F, where C1, vector C sub 1, is the vector, position vector from point A to D, or any point, because that is still perpendicular to the base of the triangle. If you use point B, then it should be RBC cross RBA. If you use C, then it should be RAC cross RAB. But remember, the results would be the same. So I just use point A. So it is RAD, so D minus A, since D is 6, 6 minus 3 is positive 3, so 3i. Then 7 minus 0, 0a here. So 7j, then 8 minus 0 is also 8, so 8k. Then vector C sub 2, which is RAE, is E7 minus 3 is 4, so for I, 6 minus 0 is 6, and 8 minus 0 is 8. So that's why vector C sub 2, or RAE, position vector RAE, is 4i plus 6j plus 8k. Then finally, vector C3, which is AF, is 7 minus 3 is 4i, then 8 minus 0, 8j, then 6 minus 0, 6k. Then we defined A cross B, which is components of A, negative 3, 4, 0, copy negative 3, 4. Then components of B, which is AC, negative 3, 0, 5, copy negative 3, 0. Then the unit vectors I, j, k, copy I, j. So for I, it is 4 times 5, 20i, then minus 0 times 0, so 0i, so 20i. Then for j, 0 times negative 3 times j, 0j. Then minus 5 times negative 3, so minus negative 15j, so positive 15j. Then finally, negative 3 times 0, k, 0. Then minus negative 3, minus quantity negative 3 times 4, so minus negative 12. So that's why we have positive 12k. So therefore, volume of rhomboid 1 is equal to, it's just A cross B dot vector C1. So it is A cross B dot C sub 1, components of A, components of B, and components of C sub 1. 3, 7, 8, copy 3, 7. So it is 0. So quantity, you have here quantity is 0. Then 4 times 5 times 3, that's positive 60. Then 0 again. Then minus quantity, 3 times 0, 0, so 0. Then 7 times 5 times negative 3 is negative 105. Then quantity 8 times negative 3 times 4 is negative 96. So therefore, volume of rhomboid 1 is 60 plus 105 plus 96. So it is 261 cubic meters. Then for rhomboid 2, so therefore the nearest distance, by the way, is if we expand this A cross B, this is the expansion A cross B dot C. So this is now equated to this A cross B 261 is equated to magnitude of A cross B, then times C cosine of beta, and this C cosine beta is the distance. Therefore, we divide this 261 here because it is A cross B dot C. So it is magnitude of A cross B times magnitude of C cosine of beta. We interpret C cosine beta as the distance or the height of the rhomboid. So we divide this by the magnitude of A cross B, which is square root of 20 square plus 15 square plus 12 square, to get the nearest distance or the height of the rhomboid. So if the point is D, the nearest distance is 9.412 meters, or the shortest height of the rhomboid is, or the shortest height of the rhomboid or shortest height of the pyramid is 9.412 meters. Then for rhomboid number 2, so it is for volume of rhomboid 2, it is A cross B dot C sub 2. So we copy components of A, components of B, then components of C sub 2. C sub 2 here, which is 468. So we have 468, then copy 46. So it is negative 3 times 0, 0. 4 times 5 times 4 is positive 80, which is that. Then next is 0 again. Then minus quantity 0. 4 times 0 times 0 is 0. Then 6 times 5 times negative 3, that's negative 90. Then 8 times negative 3 times 4, that's negative 96. So therefore, volume of rhomboid 2 is 80 plus 90 plus 96, and that is 266, which is greater than 261. So it's not, that would not be the smallest volume, because after we divide that by 6, it's greater than 261 over 6. Then for volume 3, it is A, then B, components of B, then components of C3, 4, 8, 6. So it is equal to 0, quantity 0. Then 4 times 5 times 4, that's 80. Then plus 0 times negative 3 times 8, 0. Then minus 4 times 0 times 0, so that's 0. Then 8 times 5 times negative 3, that's negative 120. Then 6 times negative 3 times 4, that's negative 72. So volume of rhomboid 3 is 80 plus 120, which is 200, plus 72, so 272. And this is the greatest volume. Therefore, that's not the one that will give us smallest volume of the pyramid. The smallest volume of the pyramid, therefore, is 261 over 6 after we divide it by 6. And let's show that the nearest distance is 9.412, or the shortest height of the rhomboid or the pyramid is 9.412. So the equation of the plane intercept form is x over 3. X-intercept is 3. Alternate solution, just to show that the nearest distance is really 9.412, plus y over y-intercept, which is 4, plus z over z-intercept 5 equals 1. Multiply this by the LCD, which is 60. So 60 over 3 is 20x. 60 over 4, so we have 15y. Then 60 over 5, 12z. Then 60 times 1, 60. The equation of the plane, therefore, is 20x plus 15y plus 12z minus 60. Then the distance from a point to a plane is, remember, 20x1 plus ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus constant d over square root of a square plus b square plus c square, or absolute value. So 20 for first point, which is d, because this is the nearest point from the plane of ABC. So it is 20 times 6 plus 15 times 7 plus 12 times 8, then minus the constant 60 over square root of 20 square plus 15 square plus 12 square, and that's indeed 9.412 meters. Therefore, the smallest volume of the pyramid is the pyramid ABCD, because its volume is only 43.5 cubic meters, or 261 over 6, so 43.5 cubic meters. Problem 3. While working on another exhibit, a curator at the Smithsonian Institution pulls the suspended Voyager aircraft to one side by attaching 3 horizontal cables as shown. So these are horizontal cables. The mass of the aircraft is 1 to 50 kilograms. Determine the tensions in the cable segments A, B, B, C, and CD. So this is just the free body diagram. This is vertical. The mass is 1 to 50 kilograms, so we multiply that by 9.81 to make it newtons. So free body diagram at A, the equation should be summation versus y, so that this horizontal tension won't be involved in the equation. So at A, summation versus y equals 0. The vertical component of tension AB is tension AB sine 70 degrees. Then it is equated to 1 to 50 times 9.81. So tension AB sine 70 degrees equals 1 to 50 times 9.81. Tension AB therefore is 13,050 newtons. Then we proceed to B. This is 70 degrees. Take note. Summation versus y again equals 0. Vertical component of tension BC is tension BC sine 50 degrees. This is this. Then it is equated to the downward vertical component of tension AB, which is 1 to 50 times 9.81, or you just use tension AB 13,050, then sine of 70 degrees, because that is also 70 degrees. So it is equal to 16,008. So 16,000 is also acceptable answer, newtons, in newtons. Then finally, at C, summation versus y again, the vertical component of tension CD is tension CD sine of 30 degrees, and it is equated to the vertical component of tension BC, which is 1 to 50 times 9.81, or simply 16,008. So 16,008 times sine of 50 degrees, because this is also 50 degrees. So computing for tension CD, it is 24,526 newtons, or 24,530 newtons. That's also acceptable. So that's it for this problem. That's the easiest one. Then problem 4, this is a 3D system. 3 of the 4 forces in space are concurrent as shown. So the resultant will also act at the origin. The fourth one, with a magnitude of 450 newtons, passes through the point -465. So this is the fourth one, colored with blue, and it from the origin to that point -4, 6, and 5. Determine the resultant and the direction cosines of the resultant. Units of forces are in newtons. So, in computing for the resultant, we need to compute the x, the y, and the z component of the resultant. And the x component of the resultant is simply sum of forces along x. So, beginning with 650, this component, because this is a right triangle, right angle there, so this component is, if you look at the top, it is on the xz plane. So it is 670 cosine of 52. That's the xz component, not yet the x component. Then we multiply further because it is adjacent to the x-axis. This 670 cosine of 52 is further multiplied by cosine 33. It is positive. So which is 670 cosine 52, then times cosine 33. So that's the hypotenuse of supposedly another right triangle. You just look at the solution where I solved it in a more detailed way. Look at it from the top so that this x component is further multiplied by cosine 33. Then for the 750 Newton force, the angle is 47 degrees with the y-axis. So that is theta y for that force. Then we compute this component first, this one, which is on the xz plane again, but it is directed in the negative z direction and in the negative x direction. Only the y component is positive here because it is this component here. Or if we draw a line parallel to this, which is this, then this component is opposite of 47. So it is 750 sine of 47 for this fxz component. So again, 750 sine of 47, which is this. And it is negative because the x component is negative. Then we multiply it further by cosine of 42, the angle that this component, which is 750 sine of 47, makes with the x-axis because it is negative. So minus 750 sine 47, then times cosine of 42. Then this 320 is directed up and towards the forward, towards the z-axis. So it has no x component. So that's why it's not involved here. Then finally, for this 450 here, it passes to -4. If we write this in vector form, it is 450 times quantity -4i plus 6j plus 5k all over square root of 4 square plus 6 square plus 5 square. Or simply the x component is 450, then x component of distance -4 divided by distance square root of 4 square plus 6 square plus 5 square. So combining, Rx is -266.81 newtons. Then summation forces Y equals Ry. Again, the Y component of 670 is upward because it is directed upward also. So that is that component there, opposite to 52. So this component is 670 times sine of 52, which is that. The y component of 750, as mentioned earlier, is again positive, which is this, or adjacent to this 47-degree angle. So it is positive 750 cosine of 47, which is that. Then this 320 here is also positive. Its y component is from this right triangle, which is this, opposite to 28. So it is 320 hypotenuse sine of 28, which is that. Then finally, the y component of 450, because the y component of distance is positive, so it is also positive. 450 times 6 divided by square root of 4 square plus 6 square plus 5 square. Combining, it is 1,497.39 newtons. Then finally, Rz, summation forces along Z. So the 70 Newton force is directed forward, which is this component here, from here going there, upward and to the right. So all the x component positive, the y component positive, the z component positive. So again, remember this is 670 times cosine 52. Then we multiply it further by sine of 33 because the z component is in this direction, opposite to 33 degrees. So it is 670 cosine of 52, this length here, or this value of the force, component of the force, then times sine of 33. So 670 cosine 52 times sine 33. The z component of 750 Newton is negative, which is this. So again, this adjacent side is 750 sine 47, 750 sine 47. Then we multiply it further, opposite to 42, by sine of 42. And it is negative because it is in the negative z direction. So that's why you have a negative sign preceded there. Then the z component of 320 is positive. It is this adjacent side of this right triangle. It is 320 cosine of 28, which is that. Then the z component of 450 is 450 times 5 divided by distance, square root of 4 square plus 6 square plus 5 square. Combining, it is 396.59 newtons. From there, we can now compute the resultant in vector form, because this is in 3D, so we should express the resultant in vector form unless otherwise specified that we have to compute for the magnitude. So R therefore is equal to negative 266.8 because we need to express the final answer to first significant figures I, then plus 1497J, then plus 396.6 K in Newton. So the magnitude of that is 1571 newtons, square root of the sum of squares of these components. Then since we are asked to compute for the direction cosines of the resultant, direction cosines will be cosine theta x, cosine theta y, cosine theta z. And that is equal to x component, negative 266.8, divided by the magnitude of the resultant, 1571. So cosine theta x, negative 266.8, divided by 1571, negative 0.1698. Cosine theta y is 1497, or you may use this original value, 1497.39 over 1571, you have 0.9529. Finally, cosine theta z is RZ 396.59 over 1571, so 0.2524. So that's it for this video.